goes, no, 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 no.
Okay.
So see how many you can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Dedicated singers, you know, they're like athletes. It's a very physical instrument. Most people don't realize that the voice is an instrument, but it's the only instrument that can tell a story.
See, that's pretty good.
The voice is not the same as you sitting down and playing or a violin. You don't hear when you're singing. You don't hear. You feel. And you almost have to, when you're a teacher, feel what that person is doing. You have to be almost singing with them. I would never teach a bass because I just couldn't feel that voice.
Many were the wild notes her merry voice would call. Many were the birds that warbled.
Yeah, take lots of time.
Music is one of the things that can take us out of ourselves. It's what I call the magic world. We all go through things in life that perhaps aren't the happiest. I'll give one example. We had a marvelous German leader teacher called Emmy Heim, and she had come from Vienna just before the war, so you can imagine what kind of a life she had had. And I was only in my early 20s, and I was doing one of the folk songs from Manuel de Falla's Spanish. And she looked at me and she said, "You're a very lucky Canadian girl, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes. You know, we're a little flippant, you know, when we're young." And she said, "You will never know how to sing that song properly until you have known grief." And I was in New York. I'd been accepted by the New York City Center, and my mother died in Winnipeg. And they held up the funeral, and I always remember that day. It was pouring rain and all the way. And that song kept going through my mind, and I could sing that song after that. It's sad, but you do have to experience that grief to be able to really relate to songs, certain songs. And that's why I think music is one of the few arts or few things that age doesn't matter, because you have to collect the wisdom. And the only way we can collect it is through experience. And it's a wonderful thing that we musicians can go on forever as long as we can talk. But we do. You cannot buy wisdom. And that comes with age.